Morning everybody, Ian from RTO here. Welcome to a very special retro ranking again. Today we are going to play tribute to one of the greatest rhythm guitarists this country ever produced. On the 24th of December it'll be 5 years since the great Rick Parfitt left us. He's still sadly missed today. It was the engine room along with Alan Lancaster, the two most influential members of Status Quo. Was going to do the top 10, I just couldn't, so I've gone for a top 20 because it was a lot easier, so we'll get cracking. Okay, coming in at number 20, we have a song that goes back to 1985. It should have appeared on Rick's solo album, Recorded Delivery. It in 1988 and put it on a B-side of the terrible single Who Gets Your Love. And then he put it on his posthumous album from 2018, Over and Out, and it's the brilliant Halloween. I just love that opening riff. One thing you used to get with Rick, some great opening riffs, great vocal, and it's much better from the Over and Out album. Terrific track. Okay then, coming in at number 19, we go back to 1991, Rock Teardrop, a record wrote by Francis Rossi and Rick. No Problems. Brilliant. You get that dun -dun 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 -dun, and then you get Rick going, dear oh dear, and then he just goes straight into the song. Absolutely brilliant. One of the best songs from Rock Teardrop. He always delivered a good song, did Rick. Brilliant stuff. Okay then, coming in at number 18, we go to the 1982 album. Go to a record written by Rick and Andy Bown. Wrote quite a few songs, and it's the brilliant Resurrection. Probably the best track off this album. Still got that great Rick style of riffing and great vocals. Backing vocals were a bit naff, but it's still a great track. Okay, number 17, we go to 2002, to the Heavy Traffic album. Composition by Rick Parfitt and Rhino Edwards, another good writing partnership, and it's the great Creeping Up On You. Again, a great track with a great riff. Great vocals. Rick always gave a solid vocal performance, and you can't get any better than that one. Okay then, coming in at number 16, we go to, again, the Over and Out album from 2018, and it's the opening track of the album, Twinkle Toes. Awesome track. When you hear this song, it always makes me feel sad, because it was released after he had gone, and this was an awesome album, full stop. And to add to it, you've got Brian May playing on this as well, his mate Brian, and it's a brilliant track. I do love it. I do believe Alan Lancaster's doing backing vocals on this. Coming in at number 15 then, we go to 2011, to the Quid Quo Pro album, another track he did with Rhino, Reality Check. Again, you've got that great opening riff from Rick, some great lyrics, and a fantastic vocal again. Awesome stuff. Okay then, coming in at number 14, again another Parfitt Edwards from 2005, The Party Isn't Over Yet, and it's Bella Vista Man. This track just gets you going. Foot tapping, the gentle nod of their head, probably the best track that Rick and Rhino wrote together. It's absolutely stonking stuff. Great guitar solo from Francis on this. Fantastic stuff. Okay, number 13. We go back to 1973 now. A track that he wrote with Francis from the Hello album, A Reason for Living. From that opening riff to the great lyrics, quite meaningful lyrics. Again, a great guitar solo, great track. Coming in number 12. We go to 1978 now. If You Can't Stand the Heat. And it's Long-Legged Linda. The best track on what is, to me, a poor album. Overproduced, as we've way back when we started, we talked about this album. But this is probably the best track off the album. Just ignore the brass and the awful backing vocals on this, but typical Rick track, really rocks. Okay, then coming in at number 11. Go back a year late. The previous album, Rocking All Over the World, from 1977. A track he co-wrote with Jackie Linton. Rockers Rolling. One of the great rockers off this album. The production of it, of course, is a little bit weak, but then when you hear the John Eden remix, you get it in its glory, and it is a fantastic track. I just love that riff from Rick on that. Absolutely brilliant. Top 10 then. And opening the top 10, we go to 1979, to the Whatever You Want album, co-wrote by Bob Young, and it's the fantastic Living on an Island. Rick's wrote some great rockers, but also he wrote tracks like this. Obviously it's all about living on the Channel Islands when he was in tax exile. Dark days for Rick, and he wrote this great song. Fantastic stuff. Okay then, coming in at number 9, back to the Over and Out album, the solo album from 2018, and it's probably the best track on the album, co-wrote with Joe Webb again, Lonesome Road. Just a great track. You've got that great stomping riff, and then you get the change of pace and the driving riff, and it just takes on another dimension. Fantastic track. I'd say one of Rick's best vocal performances as well. Fantastic track. Okay then, coming in at number 8, we go to the 1974 Quo album, co-wrote with Alan Lancaster, Drifting Away. That's the reason it was sort of not mentioned in the tribute to Alan is because I wanted to put it in this one, because it is a fantastic track. Two of my favourite guys from Quo doing the business. Stonking vocal from Mr. Lancaster on this, accompanied by the bass and Rick's riffs. What a track. Okay, coming in number 7, go to 1979, another Parfitt Bound composition, one of the most recognisable tracks, Whatever You Want. What an opening riff, one of the best opening riffs to a Quo track. Okay, this is overplayed now and it's been used in adverts and all that sort of thing, but it's still a fine record. Okay, number 6, we go to 1975. On the Level, the opening track, Little Lady, a powerhouse from Rick. Awesome track, and it's always great live. Love that track. Coming in number 5 then, we go to the 1981 album Never Too Late, and it's another Rick Parfitt, Andy Bound song, Take Me Away. Now this is one of them rare songs that Rick wrote that he doesn't sing on. But it's a great song. About another dark time in Rick's life after the death of his daughter Heidi. Francis does a great job of this. That's a great track, one of my favourites off the album. Okay, coming in at number 4, we go to 1980s, Just Supposing, for another Rick Parfitt, Andy Bell song, Don't Drive My Car. Classic. All about Rick's cars. It's got some great drumming on here from John, of course. Great vocal from Rick on it, and it's brilliant stuff. Okay, number 3, going to the Blue For You album this time, 1976, Thing Called Rain. Great single this is. It's got a great riff, great bass line on this from Alan. One of my favourite singles by Quo, without a doubt. Superb vocal from Rick on this. Amazing stuff. Okay then, we're getting close now. Coming in at number 2, we go back to 1972's Pile Driver. Song he co-wrote with Mr. Francis Rossi. Big Fat Mama. Love the start of this. You got that dun 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 dun, and then that great little bit of drumming from John, and then we go into the song fully. Great guitar solo on this, great vocal from Rick. Awesome stuff. Okay, we've reached my number 1. My favourite single by Status Quo. Go back to 1976. It was co-wrote with Bob Young, Blue For You album, and it's the Fantastic Mystery Song. I love this. Doesn't matter if it's the short single version or the full-on from the album. It's brilliant. And every time I hear it, all I can do is picture the video of Rick in the video with the black and white dot shirt, giving it large. Rick in full flow. Great song. It's got a fantastic guitar solo on it. Okay, the video's brilliant. I just love it. It's a sort of Quo at their best. Awesome track. Always been a favourite of mine. From the moment I heard it, it's always been my favourite single by Status Quo. Okay, but we have got some honourable mentions because there's so many great tracks. I've cut it down to 4 because we'd be here all day doing this. So the first honourable mention, we're going to the Just Supposing album from 1980 again. This is a Parfitt Young record, coming and going. I love this. It's heavy. Some great harmonica from Bob Young on this. Really heavy in places. Wonderful track. Great stuff. Okay, the second one, we go to 2005's The Party Ain't Over Yet. Co-wrote with Rhino. It's the lovely This Is Me. This one also brings lumps to your throat because it's all about Rick and what he's done. It's written with such passion and feeling. Lovely track. Awesome stuff. I love listening to that track. I remember listening to it to the day he died. First track I put on. Yeah, still remember that. Okay, next we go to a song. Now this song started life in 1985 and should have been on the Recorded Delivery album. And then it was called Richard's Song, Living My Life Without You. and then when he put it, and then it was rehashed and put on the Over and Out, and just called Without You. Wonderful song. Lovely writing, lovely singing from Rick. Just showed what diverse singing he could do. Wonderful song. And the last one we're going to mention today is a song from 1986. It's a Patrick Rossi Parfitt song called Heartburn, and it was the B-side of the 12-inch version of In the Army Now. This song should have been on the In the Army Now album. Probably the best song from them sessions. I don't know why it didn't end up on the album, but it's great. It's one of Rick's great riffs, great vocal, absolutely brilliant song, and it angers me that it never made the album. But there you go. The powers that be didn't like it, I suppose. But there we are. Okay, well, there's my little tribute to the one and only Rick Parfitt. I needed to get something in on Rick at some stage, because we've practically covered everything by Status Quo. Well, we haven't. We got one more person to look at, an album that Andy Baum put out. We'll do that probably in the new year. That's all today, because I've got still lots to do, and God knows what. We're sort of getting there. Everything's unpacked now. It's just sorting through the garbage to be dumped. So I'll be back tomorrow. We've got going very Christmassy now from now on. I'm looking at the top 20 Christmas songs. I didn't do this one on my own. Sort of had a little bit of help from my mate Lee, who runs the Radio 2 Rock Show with Johnny Walker Facebook page. He came up with some good ones as well, so it's sort of it's a joint effort sort of thing, which I'm looking forward to doing. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.